Kelly, West Virginia, the great WMAL. Go.
Mark.
Yes, sir. Go.
I shook your hand at your book signing in Northern Virginia, but you're bumming me out big time right now.
Okay, so you got to speak in complete sentences and quickly. Go. We're running out of time.
All right.
A lot of people shake my hands. I don't know who they are. I try to be pleasant and nice. I haven't said anything here that I haven't written about or said before, so how am I bumming you out exactly?
Because you're hammering the Republicans when we're about to gain a victory.
Okay, listen to me. I get this crap before every single election. You understand? I'm not telling people not to vote. I'm telling people we need to win. I'm telling people how we need to win. How old are you, Kelly?
56.
Did you vote for Ronald Reagan? I don't know why he hung up. I don't know why he's angry with me. I want young people in this country, Kelly, to have the same opportunity that I have had and you have had. To vote for a statesman, to vote for a leader, to stop settling for, it's not even second best, for losers. If we're on the precipice of a massive landslide, great. I'm not against a massive landslide. I didn't say I was. I want to see Harry Reid kicked out of office. Very badly. But I also don't want all of you disappointed with what follows. Because I know what follows. It is hard work. And as you can see, even attacked by a fan, it is hard work to change the existing party system, the existing Republican Party, and replace it with a vigorous, conservative, victory-oriented party that isn't bought and paid for by the Chamber of Commerce. If that bums you out, then we have to part company. You can still listen. You know, folks, this is not GOP radio. This is radio about America. This is radio about our republic. This isn't GOP radio. I'm not a committee man. I'm not the precinct worker assigned to anything. I'm not part of the RNC. This show really is for thinking people. It's not for people who want to take out pom-poms. I can tell you that. Now, I vote Republican, and I will vote Republican in this next election. I will vote for Senate, and I will vote for the House. It's not what we're talking about here. The country's in a very serious decline. We need to effectuate change. And what I mean by change is very serious restructuring back to what the framers intended. This country is no longer centered on individual liberty and free will. As I say, the circle of liberty around each and every one of us is shrinking. This isn't just a talking point. This is a fact. The Republican Party in many ways has become corrupt. It relies on the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, which is seeking amnesty. So it does the U.S. Chamber of Commerce's business. It relies on a handful of billionaires and millionaires, mostly on the East Coast, but some in other parts of the country, to raise funds. It has turned on its base because its base is insisting that it get back to its roots. So, I can do what 90% of the hosts on radio do, and just take out the pom-poms and play to the to the audience and so forth. But my audience, you folks, you're different than that. Doesn't mean you're going to do anything to sabotage the Republican Party, but you are extremely frustrated and concerned about what the Republican Party's doing. If we don't discuss this during election time, when the hell are we supposed to discuss it? When there aren't elections? When we can't do anything about it? Even now, where we have Republican nominees in every state, we should be pressuring them to advance our agenda. You don't just give up and say, oh, okay, well, now just get behind them. Get behind who? For what? You keep the pressure on amnesty. You keep the pressure on the debt ceiling. They're up for election right now. Mark, be quiet. Look, we can win this massive election. And then if they don't win the massive election, it's my fault, it's your fault. That's absurd. We're not in charge of anything. Anything. So they create straw men. I feel bad that guy comes to a book signing of mine, and he's disappointed in what I've said, and I'm actually quite amazed. I'm not saying anything different today than I've said for the last 12 or 13 years that I've been on radio, and 40 years of my life, actually 45 years of my life, including the time that I worked in the Reagan campaign against the establishment Republicans. against Gerald Ford, against the Bushes. I haven't changed at all. And if you come to a book signing and you buy my books, you know exactly where I'm coming from. So what am I supposed to cheerlead? I mean, I'm taking out the pom-poms to do what exactly? Shh, don't talk about this. Talk about meatballs. Really disappointed in you. Oh, well. My view is we have a country to save. We have a country to save. And in order to do that, the Republican Party needs to change. And most of you know I'm right, or you wouldn't be here at this time of the day when you could be doing 1,000 other things. I know I'm different than most of the rest. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. I will be happy if the Republicans take the Senate and kick out Harry Reid. But I'm also realistic. And I feel there needs to be changes within the Republican Party the way Reagan felt there needed to be changes in the Republican Party, the way Churchill felt there needed to be changes in the Tory Party. Don't be blind to these things. There are plenty of hosts out there who will put on the cheerleader's outfit and run around with pom-poms. They're all over the place. In fact, they're ex-members of Congress and so forth. They're on radio. And they'll give you what you want, if that's what you want. But trust me, it's not going to secure the border. It's not going to cut spending. It's not going to give us our country back. It's not going to give us our Constitution back. Mark, we're on the precipice of this great victory. No, we're on the precipice maybe of winning the Senate. Great. But not with conservatives. Excuse me. With Chamber of Commerce Republicans. We'll do the best we can, but I'd rather us do the best. Period. The gentleman's 56 years old. I'm about to be 57 years old. He's had an opportunity to vote for a great statesman in Ronald Reagan. Most of you under 50 have not. And I feel we have an obligation, people in my age group, in this generation, to do everything we can to give you that opportunity. And I want that opportunity again. How many more presidential elections do we need to lose? How many more popular votes in presidential elections do we need to lose? How many more states need to go purple and then blue? How many more blue-collar Reagan Democrats are we going to turn off until we understand what's going on and do something about it? I think that's a rational position. I think it's a winning position. And I'm not prepared to line up behind the Bushes and the Roves and the RNC and everything and do GOP radio. I'm not going to do it. I'll leave it to others. Anyway, I don't know why the gentleman hung up, though. I wanted to have a discussion with him. But he hung up.